team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
Goes take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Opening play, and Bo will throw. He finds his running back, R.J. Harvey. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. The rookie out of Alabama there on the tackle.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
We've set it down from the 37. On 1st down, it's Nix. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice game. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his 1st catch of the game. So 2nd down coming up.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Ball stays at that 37. Here's 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap to Nix. He throws deep to the left side. That's complete inside the 35. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. How about a big hitter, 30-40 yards there, and a new set of downs.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
And he nearly gets him another 1st down as they force him out just shy of the marker.
Hey, you like these results on 1st. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook is wide open.
They'll throw again. Nix. Going for his back, but it's incomplete. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
7th play of the drive now as they need a yard here on 3rd down. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And once again, they can't connect.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
And they apparently don't want a field goal to start this game. They want 6. They're going for it. Quick throw right side. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line. It's an 8-yard gain. A great call there on 4th down. Keeps this drive moving.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
Shotgun handoff to Harvey. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
Well, that's just about textbook defense and how to shut down an RPO. The coverage was tight, the numbers were up, and then the bodies were there to stuff that run before it could get going.
Out of the gun, it's Nix. And he's got it. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos finish up an excellent opening series. Will Lutz now on for the extra point. The point after splits the upright. And the Broncos will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Eagles nothing. Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Starting from the 5. He's stopped on the run back at the 27.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Philadelphia settled and ready. It's first and 10. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. That's 16 on the pickup. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down.
First down. First and 10 at the
Barkley on the shotgun handoff. He is taken down as he drives this to the enemy 40. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
That's another Eagles first down. First and 10 at the 40.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. That's caught by A.J. Brown. He runs this to the 25 before being brought down. A gain of 15 there. And that's good for an Eagles first down. No play action. Here's Hurts. Finding Brown back-to-back plays. And they're going to have first and goal when we begin our second quarter. And that is the end of our first quarter. It's the Broncos out in front. We'll return to the link right after this. We're back and excited to start the second. Eagles in a nice spot to put up points. And it's a swing at Kurtz. And he won't get in. The daylight was there for just a second, but it closed just in time to keep him out. It's going to be second and goal. Got to keep this one and go. And he's in for the touchdown. The Eagles finish off their opening drive. Jalen Hurts with the touchdown. On a quarterback sneak to the end zone.
Well, I don't think that defense was ready for that kind of push at the point of attack. I think they were thinking outside run, play action, but they get gutted, and they get gutted right up the middle.
Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. On the return, here's Mims. They get to him before he can amount to much, just beyond that 15-yard line.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Broncos to the line now. It's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Nix. As a man, that's Cortland Sutton. And they're going to get to him right along that midfield stripe, Brock, as he's sent out. Give him 32 on that play. And it's going to be 1st down, Denver. Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already at midfield.
And the Broncos.
It's Harvey straight ahead. He takes it down to the 33. A pickup of 17. And that's good for Broncos 1st down.
Let's see, first it was a pass, now it's a great gain on the ground. They've got this defense on their heels.
1st down now, ball at the 33. Nix from the gun. Hits his running back. And this winds up a short gain to the 29. Jahan Campbell, yet another 1st-round defender out of Alabama. They're on the tackle.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
To throw, here's Nix. Defender's there, and he forces the incompletion. Good play to bring about this 3rd down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this 1st half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. They'll air it out on 3rd. Puts this one on to Harvey. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it's going to be 1st down, Denver.
A gain of 14. 1st down, Denver.
Giving this to Harvey. And that carry only nets 1 on the plunge up the gut.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Nix, quick out wide, complete. He's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
This is going to be play number 8 of this drive as they set up for 3rd and 5. Throwing here, Nix. He brings it in. And he's going to have enough for the 1st down. Not by much, but he got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed. Enough to keep this drive moving.
Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal. Another chance at it on 2nd and goal, still from the 5.
2nd and goal at the Eagles' 5-yard line.
Here's Nix to throw. That one connects. It's a Denver touchdown. The Broncos get some late points and the lead. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Extra point try now from Lutz. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Broncos break that tie and now lead by 7.
Eagles 7. Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
Here's Lutz, set to kick this away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. And they're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Hurts now from the gun. Escapes the pocket. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
You know what I love about this? Never showing panic. When he leaves the pocket, look at his eyes. They continue to search downfield. They're never looking at the rush. They're finding the open man downfield before running out of real estate.
And this one's not going to connect. Knocked away, and that failure to connect, Brock, means it's 3rd down.
I know that you and I love, Kate, looking at plays and discussing them and all the different outlets and checkdowns, and usually there's a completion to be had, but not against this defense. Not on that one.
Let's get it out wide, complete. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
Here's Lutz, set to kick this away. Here's Smith on the return. And he doesn't make it far at all. They bottle him up immediately. First call here coming from the shotgun. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And the stop will be made as he gets this up to about the 18. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
That has got to be so demoralizing for that defense. You pin him back. It's a terrible field position. You run the ball, but they run it right down your throat and move the chains. That stings.
All set now. 1st and 10. They go play fake with Hurts. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass. And the defense reacts, and reacts well with the sack.
And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards into double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
The Broncos go with a dime look here on 3rd down. 3rd and long. They're going to throw. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
This is good, down the sideline. And he's going to be sent out of bounds just after he crosses the 35. They hit for 16 yards on 4th down and a drive a lot of us thought had stalled out. He's going to carry on. They've got first down here from the 36. It's Hurts once again. Gets some space around midfield. And he's going to be driven out of bounds. The gain gets this down inside the 35. So a gain of 30 yards on that play. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Hurts on first down. Deflated over the middle. And he's going to be touched down a yard shy of that marker.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can come in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
He finds Brown right side. And he's short of the first after a mile gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
No touch that! No touch!
He finds it right side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles tie things up at 14.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. And it didn't look like he was seriously considering a return there, did it? So that touchback going to come out to the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for first and 10. Shotgun snap to Nix. Lowe finds his back. Harvey. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. The ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down.
And the Broncos first down.
On the handoff. Here's Harvey. And he's going to take this one into enemy territory with a gain of 7.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Nix off the play action. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone.
It's a gain of 20.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, and sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Offense is set. First and 10. Out of the gun, it's Nix. This is Ingram working the left side. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
Second down now, 7 to go. Nix. Drops it down. Harvey. This one nearly moves the chains, but he stopped just shy of that marker. 6-yard pickup brings up third down.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field where you can.
And he takes this one in for the Denver touchdown. The Broncos take a fourth quarter lead.
Touchdown, Broncos.
Well, he found himself some space to work, and from there, all athleticism as he made his way in for 6.
You know, you run the ball down in the red zone, Kate, you're not always thinking touchdowns, right? Space is so hard to come by. But you're exactly right. His athleticism, his explosion, his speed, it puts 6 on the board for the offense.
To kick off for the Broncos.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. And he'll cover up as they touch him down a few yards short of the 1st.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
It really is pretty simple. If you want to run against a 3-4 group right up the gut, number 1, you got to control that nose tackle. Number 2, you got to get people to the 2nd level. That was teaching tape.
1st down, and they go right back to it. This is going to be down to, looks like about the opposing 36 for their next snap. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football on defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring the guy down, you're able to keep them from piling on those yards.
And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia 1st down. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Eagles down by 7. All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10.
73. No touchdown. No touchdown.
Hits him on the out route. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage. The trusty tight end.
He's back. Here's Barkley. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
Play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
They can decide to play for the tie or win later. First, they've got to reach that end zone. It's 1st and goal. Back to throw. This one's caught. And just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their 1st. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Second chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal.
73. Dre, set.
Setting up to pass. And he gets him the touchdown. And now a potential game-deciding play call coming up. So they get the all-important touchdown here late in the game, Brock. Now the question, play for the tie or go for 2 and the lead?
And I know they've got all these charts and numbers and analytics to tell you what to do, but this comes down to the gut and the trust of the head coach. Does he trust his offense more to go get this 2-point conversion, or is he going to lean into his defense and believe that they can get the stop?
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. On the return, here's Mims. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
Just over 40 seconds to play as they line up. 2nd and 10. Here he is to throw. Hits his running back. And some excellent work to drive them all the way out past the 30-yard line. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. 2 timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's 1st and 10. He fits it through the middle. And he's all the way across midfield down inside that 45-yard line. They get 27 on the play. And that's good for a Broncos first down.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
He runs this to the 25 before being brought down. And now they call the timeout. Oh, Brock, what a play to get him into range. And now they can win it all as time expires. And with 2 seconds remaining in our contest, we're going to see what both teams decide to do with this final play. An entire game coming down to the leg of Will Lutz. This 42 yards from the right half. The kick is good. He got it. And that, folks, is your game winner. So the Broncos ride out of here with a win on the road. And with overtime in their back pocket, they weren't going to lose it at the end, but they still managed to set up the field goal, and he executed the game winner. What a memorable way to win it. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner, Brock Heward, and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos are winners as we say so long from Philadelphia.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Denver Broncos.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
And off we go from Denver. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty Nice work on the return.
First and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Great, set, Delta.
They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And he'll work this one out to about the 38. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And this is going to be an Eagles first down. His good running gets him to about the 44.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Great, set, Delta.
Out left to Dotson. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 17 yards and a first down for Philly. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready, because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes it's just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
Hurts. This one goes out wide for Barkley. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Gets this out quickly to Dotson. Just a gain of a couple there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Throwing is Hurts. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
2 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 26-yard line.
Hurts sets up to throw it. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And he used the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it.
Touchdown! Jalen Hurts on target to Dallas Goedert. And the Eagles will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. That was a really good opening drive on a number of fronts. 10 plays, very methodical, set the tone.
So you know right now, if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you're on the sideline saying, okay, what do we have to dial up in order to get off the field a lot faster? Because both sides are out there for 10 plays, but one side comes off energized, and the other side comes off with some questions.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he returns this to the 22.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together.
Kill.
Now the Central Florida product, it's R.J. Harvey. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Open man right side is Ingram. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. If you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice game.
1st and 10.
On play action, here's Nix. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting.
Evan Ingram, a 9-yard touchdown ground. And the Broncos are an extra point away from drawing level.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Lux with the extra point, and we are tied at 7.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Here's Hurts to throw. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 28. That one goes for 24 yards.
At the 28-yard line.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory as they've got it to the 28-yard line. They'll look to throw. That's going to be caught. It's so this. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. That's good for 28 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Open man, he's got him. That's Smith for the Philadelphia touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Elliott good on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7.
Broncos 7. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
That's a 44-yard line.
Nick's going to give to Harvey. That's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. There was a little space there, yes, but that was a well-executed run by the rookie.
It was, and he wasn't one of the higher-rated rookie running backs coming out. He's probably on the next tier. But let me tell you something. If he becomes more consistent and continues to have that drive to be one of the best, we'll see more of that in the future.
Second down and 4.
Out of bounds at the 39-yard line. It's a pickup of 6.
Out of the gun, they go with Harvey. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
That's good for a Broncos first down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Now they'll change things up.
Hey, kill!
On first down, back to Harvey. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Nix to the air. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Now it's Nix. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Chill. Hold on a sec. Bombers, ready.
To throw is Nix. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
12 more yards.
12 more yards there and another first down.
First down. First and goal at the 2-yard line.
He targets Ingram for another grab. Touchdown, Broncos. Evan Ingram in the final seconds of the first half. And the Broncos have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
I don't think it's any state secret to know what they were saying before the start of this drive. Let's go and punch one in the end zone and go into the halftime feeling a heck of a lot better about ourselves. Let's go get this done.
Yeah, tie things up, and then you got a brand new ball game. What's good on the extra point? And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
4 seconds, all that remain here in this first half as the kick gets away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. They'll throw now on the final play. They'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tied game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Throwing Nix. That's caught. It's Marvin Mims. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Off the play fake, Nix. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
To throw, here's Nix. Now he's going to step up and run. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
And in the second half of a tied game, every decision gets magnified. And here, if he forces this ball, it could be intercepted. So that's the prudent play, to just airmail it out of bounds.
Bombers, bombers, bombers.
Here's Nix once more. He'll try and do this himself. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
He didn't like what he saw downfield, decided his best course of action was to take off and run. And that ended up being a gamble that did not pay off for him. Now they would have to gamble again if they want to keep this series going.
Oh, captain, 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 captain. Ready.
They'll go for it. Here's Nix. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
He's out of bounds at the 12.
A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. Here's Nix. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the Broncos are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Well, they've certainly not shied away from throwing the football as they've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, with that last one earning them a new set of downs.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. On the sneak, it's Nix. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. On the sneak, it's Nix. And this time he breaks the plane. He's in for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Broncos have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Lutz with the extra point. And the lead is now 21-14.
Eagles 14. Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
They'll go to Barkley again. Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 48 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. They've kept him in check until that run. That's the first time he's really gotten loose in this game.
And they have to keep that in mind. Don't dwell on the fact that he finally had a big run. You kind of are counting on that as the game went on. Get back to what you were doing before. Start limiting him again.
Hurts. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Dallas Goedert, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the third. Elliott good with a PAT. And we are tied at 21. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the third quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first 2 drives of the third quarter, 1 for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
Operating from the gun, here's Nix. They'll swing this out to Harvey. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Harvey now on first and 10. And he will maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And that's also all for this third quarter of play. Welcome back now to Denver. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. Here's second and 10.
Bombers. Oh, I said, catching, bang.
Nix from the shotgun. A short throw to Ingram. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Evan Ingram. It's a gain of 5. Brings up third and 5.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. But we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mears used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Great.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Hey, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Hurts sets up to throw it. Complete. Smith has it. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 40. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory, right at the 40. Throwing is Hurts. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. From the 31, here comes 2nd and a yard.
At the Broncos' 31-yard line.
63.
Here's Hurts to throw. He finds him again, Saquon Barkley. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
A gain of 6. That's another Eagles first down.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Here's a 2nd and 7.
Great. Set.
Hurts with a quick throw, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Here's 1st down.
Set. Easy, 60.
He'll look to throw. Now Hurts is going to do it himself. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. I see you nodding your head up and down. It's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. Well, the noise got to be an issue now offensively. Here's 3rd and 6.
Trimmer. Phil King.
He'll drop to throw. Now Hurts is going, and he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th. Elliott good on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Back to throw. Nick's going to keep this himself. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25.
Just a critical breakdown defensively turns this into a huge play. And now you've got to get up to the ball and get moving.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Well, this offense still has the one timeout here, remember. 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the Eagles have just about sewn up this football game. Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle. Go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, everyone.
Philadelphia is known for having some very vocal fans, and nearly 70,000 of them are letting their voices be heard already. Welcome inside Lincoln Financial Field. Up next, it's our main event between the Denver Broncos and the Philadelphia Eagles.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Jake Elliott is out ready to kick this one away. And away we go at the link. Marvin Mims now to return it. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort.
Let's take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10. Opening play, and Bo will throw. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
That's just simply one of those situations, Kate, where I think you and I got to tip our cap to the defense. Really took away everybody. There was no outlet, and only an incompletion could be had.
2nd down. Here's Nix again. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Will finds his back, Harvey. And he's going to be escorted out right along that 35-yard line. That play good for 17 on a 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Nix to throw again. Into a crowd, and the defender comes up with it. Picked off Reed Blankenship. Space, left sideline, and he's off to the races. And this is going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Well, that is quite the tone setter and very different between the two sides. Offense, that's a disaster. But defensively, you've just lit the flame of emotion. Now you want to build on it.
That one right down the middle. And the Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. On the return, here's Mims. And this drive will start inside the 25.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Back to the air. Nix after the pick. The throw finds Evan Ingram. And he's taken down after a very productive effort there, Brock, up to the 40-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it's going to be 1st down, Denver. Only took him one play, Brock, and they have already made it to the 40-yard line.
1st down, Broncos.
Ingram's got another one. And he's going to be driven out, but a nice pickup. Gained about 8, 2nd down.
Small pass, big result. This dude is just a juggernaut with the football, and once he gets rolling, it gets tougher and tougher and tougher to stop him from playing add-on with those yards.
He's going to loft one deep to the left. Well, it would have been a big completion, Brock, if not for that meddling defender who knocked it away. And that sets up 3rd down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
It's a 3rd down give to Harvey. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains.
That's one as a running back in this league, you got to convert every time. Teams really don't care. If you're a Hall of Famer or an undrafted rookie, you can't get 1 yard for a first, they're going to start holding auditions for someone who can.
The ball's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down. Nix off the play action. Lasers this one deep down the middle. He's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos cut it to a load of points on the scoreboard.
First thing you do as a quarterback, the first thing that you do when you get to the NFL level, if you haven't learned it earlier, is you scan those safeties. Do I got middle field open or close? Do I got a single eye or two high? Is that post going to be available? Because if it is, big plays can follow.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
Great, set.
Hurts comes out throwing. Completes this one to Jahan Johnson. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield.
It's a gain of 16
He'll get 16 yards on that play. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Hurts now from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Running with Saquon Barkley. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Alex Singleton makes the tackle.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play that just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender maybe a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
6 defensive backs out there. Broncos going dime here on 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. And he's got Brown. And they get this down to the 28. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10.
Great, set. Brown, let's get it.
Let's get to that wide complete. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 28-yard line.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Great, set. Silver, set.
They'll go from the gun with Barkley. Excellent play defensively as they get to him behind the line. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Good running here. He's across the 15. And they're going to have 1st and goal when we begin our 2nd quarter. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We'll return to the link right after this. We're back and excited to start the 2nd. Eagles in a nice spot to put up points. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Chased out to his right. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So the incompletion on 1st. Here is 2nd and goal.
Great, set.
Barkley on the shotgun handoff. He's hit and driven backwards. This is going to force him into 3rd and goal.
Give some credit to the defense on that one. We don't see him get fooled into making the wrong read very often in the RPO. That's why the RPO, in fact, is part of their game to begin with. He normally makes the right call. He didn't do it there.
Couldn't get it the last 2 snaps. Another shot at 6 here on 3rd and goal. Here he goes, 3rd and long. And he's got it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles finish off their opening drive. Dallas Goedert, the touchdown.
Jake Elliott on
All right, right, so we're already into the second quarter, Brock, but that was just their opening drive of this football game. Fortunately, they did get a touchdown out of it.
Yep, and if opportunities with the ball are going to be as infrequent as they've been to start this game, you got to make each and one of those chances count. In that area, they are perfect 1-for-1.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And this one bounces into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback out to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Nix from the gun. Ooh, put some heat on this deep ball. Big gain downfield. And he's going to take this down to the opposing 44. Excellent pickup to move the chains. 36 yards in the end.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You've got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got second down.
He was covered by Jair Alexander.
Out of the gun, it's Nix. It's his running back. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Shotgun handoff to Harvey. He has room past the 25. And they're going to stop him, but he got enough to make it first and goal from the 8.
To me, now is the time to step on the gas, and you see this more and more in today's game, and it's the right move. Get that explosive run, get right back to the line of scrimmage, and don't let this defense breathe.
Offense in position now. It's first and goal. They'll run here. It's Harvey. And he gets them a little closer to the end zone, down to the 6. It's a gain of 2 on the play. Still some work to do on second and goal.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
It's quick out wide, complete. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
4 yards on the pickup. It's now third and goal.
So third down and about a yard ahead as we've reached our 2-minute warning. More football from the link coming up in just a moment. Turned away from the goal line on the last snap. Need to make it 1 more yard here on third and goal. He finds it right side. It's a Denver touchdown. The Broncos earn the chance to tie before halftime. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. Kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, first and 10. They'll start this one out with Barkley. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
He isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And this defense going to try to hang on to that momentum, Brock, as they go for another stop on third down. Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line. Third and long, they're going to throw. It's across midfield, hits the opposing territory. And he's finally hauled down at the 43. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
That's good for an Eagles first down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. Has him on the quick hitter. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
It's a gain of 9.
Just a yard left to go on second down.
And a yard at the 35-yard line.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. Right back to Goddard, and he's got it. And they're going to be set up with a first and goal here from the 7. Philadelphia going to spend its second timeout. They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Again, here's Hurts. Has it in close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Lining up on the doorstep. Second and goal from inside the 1. Barkley. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Eagles get some late points and the lead. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Made the right read on the RPO inside the red zone, Brock, and things worked out.
And you know what is so key about these RPOs? It's that mesh point. It's the details right there. Not immediately giving any indication of what they were going to do, and it created, Kate, the slightest of hesitations for the defense. And that slightest opportunity is all he needed to hit the end zone.
And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. So we got a touchback. This drive will start at the 35. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. On first down, it's Nix. Forced out to his right. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
Kate, I got to believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's second and 10. There's the fake. Here's Nix. Escapes the pocket. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up.
That may not look like much, and on tomorrow's grade sheet, it'll just be an S for satisfactory, but that's a good decision. Know where to go with the ball, and don't put it in harm's way.
Gets it out wide quick, and he might throw this. They connect on the trick play. And they're on him quickly to contain that trick play. They had their eyes on something bigger there, no doubt. We get a timeout. 8 seconds remaining before halftime. Now, not a traditional spot we see teams going for it, but they only need a few inches. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
You know, kid, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
We know that most of these coaches really don't crack that big smile until they get that W with 60 minutes over, but I see a little sly smile on that coach's face because that's terrific execution. You work those situations to pay them off with points. They did just that.
He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Back to throw, Hurts. Buys time, rolling right. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 17 at the 28-yard line.
Now Hurts. Got a man downfield, and Goddard has it. And he's taken down, but not before he has this all the way to the opposing 40. That goes for 32 yards. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
Kate, if you and I took a whirlwind tour and watched young quarterbacks, the hardest route to complete is this one. A lot of them could throw go routes and slants and drags and in cuts, but throwing that out route takes some time, takes some precision, and a whole bunch of trust between QB and receiver.
And it's almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Dre Greenlaw getting there for the stop.
On the tackle.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2.
3rd down and 2.
Quickly looking left, and it's complete. And he gets it in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles grow the lead coming out of halftime. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Nix. This is a heater going deep. Good coverage on that deep ball downfield. Throw knocked away. That's going to send it back to the line for 2nd.
You know, it's one thing to tell a quarterback not to telegraph a pass. It's quite another to fundamentally do the right things. You got to use your eyes to move defenders in this league, especially on your primary target.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Still 10 yards to get this 1st down as they come to the line. On 3rd down, here's Nix. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28. New set of downs from 37. Nix now on 1st and 10. Has it at the 7. And he goes out of bounds. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Harvey is across the line for the Denver touchdown. The Broncos start the 2nd half with some needed points. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Broncos 21.
That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
180.
Motion man left is Brown. Hurts on 1st down. Short pass brought in. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
There's no question, Kate, the big plays down the seam or big tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage gets good coverage, contested catches, they really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
And he's down very close to that first, but looks like he is stopped just in time after a gain of 4.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, it's an extra bonus.
And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. That's caught with Saquon Barkley. And he is down to the 30-yard line. They get 23 on that one. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
That's another Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the 3rd quarter. It's Eagles football trying to carry this lead across the finish line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Hurts now from the gun. Yet another grab for Goddard. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Gonna run with Barkley. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go. Brock, they take him down behind the line. 2nd and goal coming up. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
You know, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going. And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Hurts now on 3rd and goal. That one's incomplete in the end zone.
As I watch practices today, Kate, both college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone. And defensively, if you can force incompletions and knock it away and leave teams for field goals, you've got a great chance to win. Those 3 points could go a long way to securing this W. Makes it a lot more comfortable knowing the other side's got to score a couple touchdowns now. Touchdown to field goals, not going to get it done anymore.
On the return, here's Mims. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
On the return, the Broncos take over 1st and 10.
All right, working from the gun to Suggs. 1st and 10. Nix from the gun. He's going deep this time. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
Kate, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss, whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
After the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. They take the handoff. Now Nix. That's into the hands of Franklin. And he's going to be sent out of bounds just after he crosses the 35. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And that's good for Broncos first down.
A gain of 14. And the Broncos first down.
Out of the gun, it's Nix. Can't connect on the throw to his running back. That's an incomplete pass. Takes him to 2nd down.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, You really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Connects on the crosser. He's taken down as he takes this to the 38. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26. Working quickly here.
First down. A gain of 26 yards.
Next with it on first. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's out of bounds on a gain that takes him into the red zone, Brock, inside the 15. Give him 24 on that play. And it's going to be first down, Denver.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
In the red zone on first. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Didn't see a whole lot of room to fit that pass in, Brock. It takes a special quarterback to thread the needle. He couldn't do it.
You know what that's like? That's like passing across your own crease in hockey, Kate. That's a big no-no. When you challenge double coverage in the end zone, and let me tell you, coaches don't really like that either.
Next to throw again. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Working quickly here.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up third and
He'll throw again. Nix. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a first down right in their midst. But that force, that contact, separated man from ball.
Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. And he's got it. That's a layout for it, but touchdown. The Broncos now within 1 score in the fourth. It's a Troy Franklin touchdown. Extra point try now from Lutz. The point after splits the uprights. And the Broncos get it back to within 6.
34. Broncos 28. Will Lutz to kick off.
So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, first and 10. First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
First and 10 now from the 46. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And this goes across midfield and into Broncos territory. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
180, 180.
So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Eagles up by 6. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Here's another carry for Barkley. And he's going to manage 3 for them on the play. Stopped just a little bit shy of the marker.
An offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on a 3rd and short.
All right, looks like they're going to try to power this across. Goal line formation on 3rd and inches. It's a sneak. Hurts. They were loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stop him at the line. No gain. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first.
At the 43-yard line.
First and 10 from the 43. Barkley trying this up the gut. And fly, Eagles fly. He gets him the first down, partner, and that's going to seal this win. Denver calls the second of its 3 timeouts. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another first and 10. They go to Barkley again. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Going to be second down. Now the Broncos take their third and final timeout.
1 yard gain.
That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now.
23-yard line.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's second and 9. Running is Barkley. And they're going to have first and goal after he picked up a nice chunk there.
Danger, King. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
A touchdown would put this one to bed. A few shots at it here, starting with first and goal. A give to Barkley. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up second down.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on first and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on second down.
So beneath the chorus of fly, Eagles fly. It's a win for the Eagles. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths, because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this game was.
Them or us? We're both.
All of us.
Yeah,
all of the above.
It is so hard, Kate, to match the adrenaline surge they feel right now, and that they felt at every major turn throughout the second half. There's just something about a close game, the intensity that's there in every moment that you love to experience as a player, and that you hope in all these moments you can execute so you're the one celebrating and riding that wave of emotion.